Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed your Christmas break as I've been doing. I've been doing quite a bit of YouTube stuff here and there, which is really just my hobby, as well as I've been reading books like this one, 0 to 1. And this is one of my goals this year to read 5 business books because it will definitely shape me as an investor and help refine my thinking going forwards when I'm looking for companies to invest in. And 0 to 1 has really done that so far. It's given me a lot of thoughts and just given me a lot of things to reflect upon on how I'm investing right now, what companies I'm buying into, and what companies I'm looking at for the future. And I think that this book really highlights the importance of creating something new and for companies to be doing that. So I myself, maybe I'm not the creative person out there, but I think that if I can look at a company, see what they're doing, and realizing that they're going from 0 to 1, meaning that the thing that they're creating didn't exist before and now it exists, these are the businesses that I want to be investing in. And one of these examples is Well Health Technologies and the fact that they're pioneering the digital health space. They're not just telemedicine, but they're trying to integrate telemedicine with clinics as well as with different digital apps out there that are going to help build up the whole health tech space. So this is one reason why I'm super bullish on this company. However, I'm also bullish on cryptocurrencies. And that's the main focus of today's video is how to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, or just how to invest in these assets as a Canadian. If this is your first time visiting this channel, my name is Daniel, and here we talk about growth stock investing in the Canadian markets. However, today's video, as I mentioned before, is more on Bitcoin and Ethereum and how to invest in these assets. Not so much the stock market, but we'll be touching on some public companies. So looking out there right now for ways to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum, I see there to be around 3 ways and a possible 4th way to buy into these currencies. So the first way is just to buy the underlying asset itself, and there are some pros with this as well as some cons. So the pros with actually buying into these currencies is that you yourself own the currencies and you can use them however you want. And if you end up holding them, then maybe one day you could actually use them as payments for certain things instead of paying with fiat currency. And I think the power of cryptocurrencies is really amplified in third world countries right now, where a lot of those currencies are very unstable because the governments themselves who are backing these currencies are unstable. So you've seen a huge shift in currencies from these unstable companies where people are selling out of their currencies, buying the US dollar, and then buying into cryptocurrencies. Or if there are actually local exchanges there that take local currency, they'll be exchanging their local currency for cryptocurrencies. And with the surge of people buying in from third world countries, as well as more people in the first world countries buying in, I think that we're also seeing a big push up in price because Bitcoin is based on supply and demand, just like anything else in this world. The fact that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and soon Ethereum will have a cap on the total number of coins out there, this means that there is a only limited supply. And the fact that there's a limited supply and likely the supply will never actually increase brings scarcity to the resource. And the only thing that will change over time is demand. I think that demand will continue to increase because of how useful this currency is in third world countries, and eventually it will be useful here in first world countries where more and more retailers or just businesses will be willing to accept cryptocurrencies. I think one thing that it really eliminates is just the need to upkeep our fiat currency and the fact that our fiat currency continues to undergo inflation. So I think Bitcoin's price against the US dollar will continue to rise as long as the US dollar continues to increase the number of USD in circulation. And if you're interested in buying your own currencies, there's 2 platforms I personally use, and I've enjoyed using these platforms. And there's differences between the platforms, which I'll go over right now. The first platform that I use is Wealthsimple Crypto. And essentially their platform looks very trustworthy and it makes investing in crypto extremely easy. Depositing your money into this platform is absolutely free, just like how you deposit money into Wealthsimple Trade or just a Wealthsimple Invest platform. Withdrawing money is also free. However, the downside for these money transfers is that it takes time. It takes around 3 to 5 business days to deposit into your crypto account, usually 5 business days. You can also transfer money over from Wealthsimple Trade to Wealthsimple Crypto, and that takes 1 business day. I think that cryptocurrencies right now in the state that they are, I think that there's going to be another bull run, which is already happening right now. So time is relatively sensitive when you're buying into these cryptocurrencies. And this is one reason for maybe not using Wealthsimple Trade. Another thing for Wealthsimple Trade is that they charge a fairly high percentage fee when you're buying into cryptocurrencies. And this fee is mainly the bid-ask spread. So Wealthsimple Trade will go out there, purchase a cryptocurrency on your behalf, and then when you buy from Wealthsimple Trade, you're actually paying a higher premium for that. And roughly, this website that I found states that the premium is around 3.5%. Also for Wealthsimple Trade, you're not able to own the coin itself and you can't withdraw it from the platform. Instead, Wealthsimple Trade has a deal with Gemini where they hold your coins in that vault and you can't touch it, and really it's under the trust of Wealthsimple Trade. So that's the one restriction with Wealthsimple Trade, where you don't actually have full access to the coin, but you do own it. The other platform that I use is Coinsquare. And when we compare Coinsquare to Wealthsimple Trade, the deposits are a lot quicker, where it takes anywhere from 30 minutes up to 2 days for an Interact e-transfer, or 2 to 3 business days for a wire transfer. I think I like the Interact e-transfer part right now because it allows me to transfer money very quickly and buy Bitcoin before it runs up to the next price level. However, this does come at a cost of 1.5%, and your wire transfers will be charged a 0.5% fee as well. On top of this, if you're to withdraw your money, it's going to cost you around 2% in fees as well. Coinsquare also allows you to withdraw your currency in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever else that you own. So this is another perk, but it also does come with some fees. So right now, it looks like there's a flat fee for transferring Bitcoin out of 0.0005 Bitcoins, and roughly it comes out to about $16 USD today. And the reason why you might want to transfer your coins out are to put it on your own physical wallet so that this coin can be in there and you can keep it in your pocket and no hacker can get to it unless you plug this wallet into your computer and have internet access. Another reason why you might want to transfer your coins out is to move it to a different platform like BlockFi. And this is what I'm planning to do with my currencies on Coinsquare. It's to move it out of BlockFi so that I can hold it there and actually loan out my currencies as an investment. So what you do on BlockFi is that you can earn around 6% interest by depositing your Bitcoin in with them, and they'll take your Bitcoin and loan it to other people who are looking for Bitcoin loans. If you're interested in opening up any of these accounts, I have links down below in the description that will give you free money if you sign up today. There are other platforms out there, which I also have an article linked to down below, which you can check out, which does a comparison across all of them. The second way that you can invest in cryptocurrencies, which I also like, is to buy into mining companies. So I bought into Hive Blockchain Technologies, as well as I have a small position in Riot, and these are two companies that are out there mining for these cryptocurrencies. Hive is a company that mainly mines Ethereum, and they're the only public company out there that is focused on mining Ethereum. And if you guys haven't noticed, Ethereum's price actually ran up by 30% in the past 48 hours. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Monday when Hive opens up to the market. On top of this, Hive has some pretty neat innovations going on with this company, not just with mining Ethereum or even mining Bitcoin. They're doing a lot of things in the energy space, which allows them to leverage their contracts with energy companies to also earn money off of those. If you're interested in a deeper dive on Hive, I've done a 2-part series, and you can check out that video right up here. If you want to invest in a company that's mining Bitcoin predominantly, you should consider Hut 8, Mara, as well as Riot Blockchain. These are 3 major companies that are mining Bitcoin out there with some of the largest market caps. Hut 8 is the only Canadian company out there, so if you're in Wealthsimple Trade, consider buying into Hut 8 instead of the other 2 so that you avoid that currency exchange fee. The third way to buy into cryptocurrencies is to buy into crypto trusts. What trust funds are is essentially a fund that goes out there and buys these cryptocurrencies on an exchange and holds them. And then investors like you and I can go out there on the public markets and buy shares of these trust companies. For example, one of the biggest trust companies out there is Grayscale, under the ticker symbol GBTC. And ARK Invest has actually been buying heavily into GBTC recently with the run-up in Bitcoin price. If you're buying into these trust companies, typically you're paying a premium on the actual asset that they're owning. So for example, if we go into the GBTC website, we can see how many Bitcoins each share is entitled to. And if we translate that over to US dollars, it roughly equals to around $31 as of December 31st. And when GBTC, they closed the markets on December 31st, their value was at $32. Also on top of this, GBTC has a 2% annual fee. Not a one-time 2% cost, but it's an annual fee. So if you're holding this for the long term, it may not be wise to be buying into these trust funds and maybe look into actual buying the underlying cryptocurrency. But the one thing that these funds do give you is probably a bit more security because the way that they store these coins is going to be more secure than us who are just regular retail consumers buying and storing them on our own wallets. Another thing to note about these funds is that the price per share of these funds versus the amount of Bitcoin value per share is going to increase in terms of the difference as Bitcoin prices run up. Because the thing is, right now, there's not many options for investors who are only willing to invest in the public stock market to buy into Bitcoin. So the fact that there's not much supply in the market today and there's going to be a huge spike in demand, then the price disparity will increase. Another fund that you can also look at is QBTC, which is on the Canadian exchanges as well. However, one thing for Wealthsimple Trade investors, if you're buying to this on Wealthsimple Trade, it's in US dollars. So I would consider buying this on my Questrade account instead of my Wealthsimple Trade account to avoid that 1.5% exchange fee. The fourth way that you can invest in cryptocurrencies is by buying companies that have an interest in cryptocurrencies going up. And these companies are like Square as well as PayPal. Wealthsimple Trade could be one, however, they're not public yet. And the reason why I think these companies like Square and PayPal could be great investments going forwards is because when cryptocurrencies spike up in price, there's a lot more interest and a lot more volume, and these platforms allow you to buy and sell cryptocurrencies and they collect a fee. So when you're buying into these companies like PayPal and Square, these companies are going to benefit from the whole boom in cryptocurrencies right now because they're collecting a fee on every single transaction. And I think that right now the crypto boom is still in its infancy. We probably have at least another 6 to 12 months for this to whole play out. And usually retail investors are the last ones to get in, and they're going to be getting in around 6 months from now to 12 months from now. And when that happens, Square and PayPal are going to benefit hugely as people are panicking and FOMOing about cryptocurrencies and buying in rapidly. And already we can see that Square's revenue has increased dramatically in the past quarter as cryptocurrencies have had a bit of a boom over the summer as well as over the fall. Square's revenue is basically half of it's made up of cryptocurrencies. They collected around $1.5 billion in revenue from cryptocurrency trading on their platform. However, the gross margins for this is fairly low as they only collected a fraction of this in gross profits. So to end off this video, I have a couple questions for you guys. How are you currently investing in cryptocurrencies? As well as what are your favorite exchanges to buy cryptocurrencies on in Canada? If you wanted to check out that high video, check out part 1 right here. Otherwise, you can check out this other video which talks about my prediction on where I think Bitcoin's going in the future. If you're there, I'll see you there. If not, keep up the grind and have a great day.